So you were busy after that.
Can I just say what a pleasure it was to hear her list those names and watch you?
You know what? Because the only reason I even know that it's 500 is because I had to do something fairly recently where we had to count. And we do keep a list, and I was just like, wow, it's 500 now. It's not, and I learned this from Quincy a long time ago, that I just don't sit around and just like listen to stuff that I'm on. If it's if something comes on the radio, I'll hear it. Oh yeah, that's where I was when I recorded that. That's cool.
Wow.
But I don't listen to the records that I do. I don't look at the videos and the concerts and the things. It's just moving forward for me. And so I very, very rarely will sit back and listen to the names, or like just listening to that was quite impressive.
Yeah.
Even for me. And what's impressive about it is not just the quality and the legendary list of it all, is the variety of it all. Because when I was growing up, I listened to Jackson 5, of course, my favorites.
Of course.
But then it was James Brown, but then it was Elton, then it was Creedence Clearwater Revival, and then it was Jim Croce, and then it was Led Zeppelin, and then it was Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like, it was like all mixed up. I didn't know you had to segregate music. I thought music was just... music was just music. So I learned how to play all of it.
And now you're doing Enigma in Vegas.
And the jazz show.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that. Yeah. But I was in Gaga's dressing room when I first started working with her years ago. It's been 11 years I've been with her now.
Wow.
That's a while for me.
She's not letting you go.
She's so amazing. And just a beautiful human being. But I was in her dressing room and she had like all these records in her room. And so I'm just going through them. And then the Eliza record was there. And she was listening to it. And I would go to her. Wow. I think she was getting glammed up. I said, read the credits on this record.
No.
And she opened it and she was reading them. And she looked at me. She was like, what? You're playing piano on this record? I've been listening to this record for long, and I didn't even know that was my music director playing piano. And I was just like, it's just so funny.
I was gonna say, you obviously have a whole world live on stages and have been MD and director and producers for some of the biggest shows, the Oscars, the Emmys, Quincy's show. There's just like so many things, but also you have recorded on some of the most impactful songs ever in the world. So, and by the way, I just want to say that list of names, you know what I think is pretty amazing about it? That all those legends have one thread through them all.
It's you.
Literally.
It's true.
Who else can really say that they can, you say that you diversify, that why do you have to pick? That's exactly what you did. You're a thread through jazz and pop, and it's really freaking cool. So
wow, I never even thought of it like that.
There you go. But I want you to share some of the stuff that you've played on recordings of that have been your favorite.
Wow. One song that everybody knows, and I'm one of the keyboard players on, is "I Will Always Love You."
Woo!
And it was
never heard of that song.
I've never heard of that song either. David Foster, the great David Foster, produced it, and me and Bette Sussman were Nip's keyboard players. Whitney. Nip's keyboard players at that time, and so it was the band that recorded it.
Wow!
And when we were there, we recorded it here in Miami, actually.
Wow!
And when it was going down, like you had the headphones on, we're just playing. Ricky Lawson, the drummer, God rest his soul. Kirk Whalum, the whole band, and we all were just like, and Nip was singing, and we just all were like, oh.
Like something's happening.
We could feel it. We just sometimes you just know.
You just know.
We didn't know to what extent that song was going to hit.
Would she redo like the vocals and just sing like as a guide after, or were those the vocals?
Those were the vocals.
Wow.
I'm not sure what David did afterwards, and I think we did it maybe 2 more times after that. But I think the first thing that we did is what you hear.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
That's amazing.
That's one. And then there's some one of my childhood heroes was a friend, Herbie Hancock. I did a record with him. Like, Herbie plays every keyboard you can ever play. And to be asked to play keyboards on the record with him.
Tell Me a Bedtime Story was the first jazz song I ever played on violin.
Is that right?
Yep. No. Shut up.
No, I didn't play on
Oh, I'm
No.
Definitely about to throw up here.
No, I was going to say that's one of my all-time favorite songs ever in life. Tell Me a Bedtime Story. His version and Quincy's version.
Oh, Quincy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Quincy's version. And so, yeah, those are things that I learned when I was very young.
I have a little something here for you. We've got a picture here with someone that we don't really know. Goes by the name of Madonna. That's funny. That's what we call you.
Now,
So many M's all
I know,
around.
so many M's. So this particular photo was at Madonna's house, and we were having a party. It was like my first, if I'm not mistaken, it was my first tour with her. Yeah, in like '93. That was at Madonna's house. I can't tell you.
What happened at the
I
party?
can't tell you why she's hugging me.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell you that.
Okay.
That's
secret.
Okay.
That's a very, maybe off camera. I guess,
Off camera.
but
Fine.
That's a very secret thing.
Okay.
But that's at M's house.
There's an incredible video
Oh.
of your time with her that we found.
So
We're
perfect time.
so crazy.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Now that we're talking about Madonna, this is epic because I believe she was on Letterman.
Do you know what we're talking about?
Oh, how does he have the buttons
so
memorized?
good.
How? So I'm gonna play this audio for you guys to hear, and you can look up the video. But I want to hear about this situation here.
I don't know. Paul, can we go to this? I would love to go to it.
I'm inviting you. Aren't you friends with Michael?
Michael Bearden, absolutely, yeah.
He's my musical
Your musical,
director.
yeah, he's the greatest, too.
Yeah.
You should give him a raise. But I'd love to go. Well, he's worth it.
He's going to be severely punished for that. Did he tip you off about that?
Well, because you're the cyber cowboy. But Dave and I
Did you ever get that raise?
Oh my gosh. How do y'all get this? Like, so what was so great about that is that Paul Schaefer, who's a dear friend, I used to sub for him a lot on Letterman.
Wow.
Just the nicest dude ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Quincy's like that too, I feel. Just
Oh
like
my
the
gosh, I
best
love
dude.
that, man.
All the greats are like just the best people.
Just the best. It's just really, I love this so much. I love music so I have never done anything else in my life. Like, I maybe had some summer jobs as a kid, but my entire adult life, I never had a job. Like, I never had a punch clock and all that. I've only done music my whole entire life.
Yeah.
All right, I have two more for you.
Uh-oh.
The last
We've
one's my
got
favorite.
you. Last one's my
Nip.
favorite too. You and Whitney Houston.
Don't laugh at the gear.
No, please. You're so
So-
cute in all of them.
Yeah.
That's me and Nip. Nip was like my first big gig that I got, and I can't tell this story because I am writing a book.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff
keep
I'm-
them for the book.
I can't wait for the documentary.
Some of the stuff I want to save, but I will say this, and people will ask me how. But Whitney kind of saved my life. When I got that gig, I needed that gig.
Read the book to find out why.
Yeah, I won't go into that here. And so,
But you guys had a great relationship. Needless
really
to say.
great. Like, she's like, I have a photo, and I'm surprised you didn't find it, where Nip is like, I'm carrying her on my back.
Oh
And
my
we're
goodness.
running around, like one of her little nephews was chasing her, and I was like, get on my back. And then I was like, and so.
Seems like she was a very playful soul.
Oh my gosh, she was, especially then, she liked it to feel like family around her. And we were all, I will tell some of this story. Like, so playful, like we used to have the most outrageous water balloon fights and water gun fights
Epic.
ever. Like after the gig, like we would really, we messed up a hotel one time where they kicked us out.
That is hilarious.
I think they kicked us out, like, cause we would fill. There was a water fountain, like a fountain in front of the hotel. We were like filling up, just going around the hotel, messing each other.
Give me
like,
ideas.
Like Nip, but
I know.
Nip, like she was playful. We just used to have a good time. We rode with her. We hung with her. Like, we were young. all young at the time, and she was on top of the world at that time. This is the Super Bowl time when she sang the anthem and all that.
Oh
We were
my
all
God,
there.
best anthem ever.
It was that time. It was that
Yeah.
era, and so she was just on top of the world, and we were along for the ride with her, and she wanted us there.
Amazing.
And that was a great time. I really love that photo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is my personal favorite.
Uh-oh. What is this?
Yeah, what is that?
What is that? All right, do you see you? Do you
Okay,
find
I see
you?
me.
Now who's playing guitar?
Oh,
Tell the people.
yes.
It's a photo
So-
of the time we met.
Yes. So Kenny Ortega was the director of this, but he was also the director of This Is It, which is the name of the tour, which is now a film that we created with MJ. And he called me to do this show, this Hocus Pocus reunion.
25th,
like the 25th
anniversary.
Yeah. And even before they told me who all the other artists were, Kenny goes, I'm gonna have Emily as the film. Emily is my goddaughter, and blah blah blah. Like he just sang your praises so much even before I met you.
That's scary.
And then you came on stage in rehearsal, and I was just like, okay, play everything, why don't you? Like, she plays percussion, then she gets on the guitar, and then she sings. I was just like, okay, yes, you are Gloria, Emilio's daughter.
You made me feel so comfortable, and I was so excited. I'm very intimidated. But
No way.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
sure.
the moment that you meet you know, that will go away because you can tell that you just want to like spread the joy and the music and just make everybody have a good time. But it's definitely an intimidating environment, and you made me feel so safe and like went with my ideas, and we had a great time. And yeah, I loved it.
Launching.